to be quite honest, I actually really want to appreciate and give gratitude for all of you being on this journey with me. Gosh, this is where I don't want to cry. Let me rewind just a moment. So when I signed up for this, it was kind of a odd thing, and it couldn't have happened if it didn't happen this exact way. So Trish, my trusted dear friend, who put me on a path on my birthday last year of trying new firsts, and it created a ripple effect to where I wanted more, and I jumped to be bi-coastal and grow up another leg of my business and all this other stuff. But the core of it is that I realized that I haven't really put myself on my own to-do list ever. So at 48, that was my birthday last year. I'm coming up on another one July 6th. And so there was an awareness of like, I made all these commitments to myself to try new first, and I did a lot, but I wanted more for me. Like what's my life journey? What's my life purpose? And when the email came and the chatter came, I resonated with it, but I was like, oh my God, like that's everything out of my comfort zone to share a room with other people and, do all that. That was like, And then also, can I physically do it? And I must say that Robert on the phone was so incredibly gracious and sincere. And I felt very safe to say, look, I'm a big girl. I don't know what I can do. And he just said, we'll work with you. And so I went with that kind of blind acceptance of, we'll just figure this out. And I didn't know my own, I have stuff going on. I'm bone on both knees. I had every reason to opt out. And I thought, well, hell, I didn't come for this experience to go home just with a that was great. I really wanted something, I wanted to play full throttle in my own life. So when it came time to do the, let me actually just rewind because this is significant. So I took a course with Burge a couple weeks ago. The goal of that course at the end of it was that you had to commit to something very big in the next 7 days. So it was Tuesday that I signed up for this. From that, I was like petrified, had to change my calendar, miss out on going to a Frank Turner concert. But it was like I wanted to be here for the whole thing, and I wanted to really, really live it for me. And so when the opportunities came up that sounded exciting and terrifying, like the ropes course, I really was okay just climbing that hill to get there. That was enough. Like that's like the most that I've walked in years. And so Trish is like, you okay? You okay? And I got up there and I sat down on the ground, and I actually have pictures of y'all with the rope courses in the back. And I made a decision at that time that I was really okay not doing it. I was there to support. I was there to take pictures. And then there was a shift that happened, and I wanted more for me. So Michelle called me out on it. We did a pinky swear. If she did, I had to do it. So as time happens, I wasn't claiming my own spot in line. And so somebody else kept moving in line. Somebody else kept moving in line. And I kept putting action to it, like, hey, I'm next. But my leg hurt so bad, I'd just go back and sit down. So nobody really knew that somebody else is going. So then I'm like, I need a helmet. I need the next helmet so that I claim my spot. Because at that time, it's like you have 20 minutes left to do it or not. And I thought, I'm going to rip myself off. And that's not acceptable anymore. So when I made the choice to do it, I was a little worried at time if I get hung up out there, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to keep everybody waiting for 4 hours while they talk me down. So the intention was to go as quick as I physically could, and I didn't know what I could do and not do. So as I'm getting up the pole, I hear a voice say what I didn't want to hear. I didn't find it helpful. It was Dear Burge, who said something that I interpreted as a really hit from something else it was a trigger, basically. Stopped me freaking dead in the tracks. Like my rope got stuck right there. I lost all energy. I literally was like, I'm going to fall back. I had nothing left in my knees. I had nothing left in my hands. And to go down to come back up, I'm like, how do I get out of this? So I had to really source, am I going to listen to this voice that's going to put me back down? And I know that if I went back down, I would blame me being stuck in a headspace of not persevering. So I was like, you know what? I've done a lot of worse things This is like, okay, I'll be sore for a few days, but I got to give it the all that I can. And as I go to get up there, my legs twisted around, and then I ended up like on my knees up there. And I'm like, what do I do now? I was like dying in pain. And I could hear Trish. And I felt safe. And I stood up and I got turned around. And I had it in my head of a really quick story that a dear friend that was the pivotal point of a significant time in my life, Steve Scherzner. He told me the buffalo theory. He says the buffalo theory, like the buffaloes are the only one when it's like high on a storm, they wait for that peak and then they just freaking go for it because then they're through the storm. And so I thought about the buffalo, like being the buffalo, that's how I run my life. And then Trish said the magic words of Indiana Jones or something like that. And I just had to surrender and just see what I could do. And I really didn't even know if my legs would tumble out. I didn't have trust, but I had determination. And so I went with it. And I tell you, the feeling that I got after the fact, when Melody came up to me and said that I inspired her to do that because she wasn't going to do it without me, or like until she saw me do that. I was like, what? Like, I was just so touched. And I thought that was really cool. And I thought, who else in their life is kind of holding back saying, can I do that? Can I not? Do I need to see somebody that looks like they physically are limited like me? And I can, everyone holds themselves back from different limitations. And I'm grateful that you told me that, because it allowed me to get in a different space in my head and not be so caught up with my own stuff and be, you know what? In life, if we choose to live with no regrets, we do whatever we can. We have to push our limits. We have to really live life at full throttle. And that means stretching so far that you just have to trust in the tribe around you sometimes, And if it wasn't for Robert and Sprite to put this organization together, this trip, Michelle, brilliant Michelle, like my reason for being here when I saw your name, it's like it's all meant to be. And I'm just so touched and grateful that for somebody that's never asked for, or has had until recently had trouble asking for help, I cannot thank you enough, because my life is forever changed from this. I'm excited to see what's next on my bucket list, and I sure hope to do a lot of things with you guys again. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sprite.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm so proud of you. Sandra sandwich.